This is the Kumho BMW Championship. Had their first race this morning, won by James Card for his third win of the season. Grid based on the results of the race from earlier on. It's Jason West, number 76, alongside the 32. Second row is Russell Dack and Brad Sheehan. Niall and Ronan Bradley will be on row 3. Fourth row is number 7, Kevin Denwood, alongside 23, Dan Butcher-Lord in the first of the minis. Row 5, Neil Clark and Charlie Heatley in their minis. The sixth row, Rob Austin and Andy Godfrey. Row 7 is Zach Blackwell and Andy Langley. Zach Blackwell quite a long way back after problems in this morning's race. Leonard Carrari and Nigel Williams, number 13, on the 8th row. 9th row, Trevor Ford and Jazz Sapra, we hope is there after his problems this morning. And we should see Brian Branson back out. Didn't race this morning, problems with his car yesterday. We believe he's got them repaired and we might see him from the back of the grid for the Kumho BMW Championship, round 6 of the season. We can hand down to Ewan in the paddock. Caught up with one or two of the drivers earlier.
So we're here in the paddock before race 2 for our BMWs with Jason West. Great start to your day, second place earlier on this morning.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad race. It was a bit, very, very close racing. Slight coming together with Brad, which is never good, but sort of very close racing at high speed.
It was great to watch. You were chopping and changing places, weren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It was getting very, very leery. It was good fun to watch, and it's all caught on video, so we'll be posting it to YouTube soon.
Now, you're having a pretty good season. I think you've been 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th so far, just missing that top spot.
Absolutely. I think it's raining and I love the rain, so it's a bit of a dicey one where, it might be slicks, might be wet, but I'll be,
Slicks on at the moment, are they coming off?
Well, I hope not. If it's borderline, I'll stick with the slicks. So
now, laptop behind you, looking at some data, what are you particularly looking at here?
So we're fiddling around with the engine. So it's got a new exhaust on it, and we've been altering the fueling to make sure that we don't blow the engine up. So all very exciting stuff.
Jason, fingers crossed for top spot.
Thank you very much.
Okay, here we go. Let's go BMW Kumho Racing with your commentator Dave Godhart.
Thanks to you, and the cars on the move then on their green flag lap. James Card going for his double from pole position in the silver M3. Alongside him will be the man we just heard from, Jason West, always an entertainer in his black and orange M3, the G Sport run car. Second row, there is Russell Dack in the orange car, and in pink is Brad Sheehan. A bit of contact in the first race sent him spinning at the hairpin. Then we've got the Bradleys. There is Niall. Just a bit of news from race control. Niall Bradley has been disqualified from the results of the Brick Car Trophy race we saw earlier on due to documentation issues, as Niall hinted at earlier on in his post-race interview, so the car has been removed from the results. Look who's at the back. There's Brian Branson, the number 26. Watch for him coming through. That car didn't race earlier. Trevor Ford's there, and is that Chris Walton, number 74? It is. He missed race 1 as well. We've got Chris Walton in there too, so a slightly larger grid. Watch for Walton coming through. Which class is Chris Walton? I think he's in Class A as well. So he's one of the quicker cars. They've got to get through all these minis first, though. First mini class win of the season for Dan Butcher-Lord in race 1. There's Nigel Williams, number 13. Trevor Ford in the 25. Two of the Class C runners. Chris Walton, the black and yellow car, and Brian Branson in orange was leading the Snetterton Saloons race until the car let him down yesterday. We haven't got Jasvir Sapra, his car with damage from race 1. So Jasvir's not going to get his 5 races into the weekend. He's had to sit this one out, unfortunately. I don't think his other car is eligible for Kumho BMW, the Brick Car Trophy car. Possibly a bit too modified. The car that takes on the GTs. There's Dan Butcher-Lord in the navy blue Mini. Head home Neil Clark and Charles Heatley in race 1. first. There's Kevin Denwood, the compact, the white, blue and orange car, the reigning champion. This will be a 20-minute race. Should be one of the cars from the first 2 rows that is in contention for the win here, but watch out for Chris Walton and Brian Branson from the back. They settle in then. James Card in silver on pole position, looking for win number 4 for the season. Jason West, we've seen take wins in that car in the classic Thunder Saloon series in the past with his M3. He's in the black car. Russell Dack in orange, the Jägermeister lookalike. 28, the Days of Thunder car of Brad Sheehan. Last few cars settling in at the back. A mass of minis in the middle. Great to see the BMW Mini class coming in, certainly boosting the grids. Just waiting for Brian Branson to settle at the back along with Chris Walton. Okay, here we go. The green flag waves from the marshal at the back. 5-second board is held aloft. 20 minutes on the clock. Red lights are on. Revs rise. Lights out. Down towards Riches for the first time. Watch for Brian Branson there, cutting straight through the middle from the back of the grid. It's Card and West who are side by side down towards the first corner. Jason West has just got the lead as they head into the first corner. Side by side between Butcher Lord and Rob Austin in the 2 minis, but it is Jason West who has taken the lead into the first corner. Great start from the outside, the front row. Good start by Niall Bradley as well up the inside. And James Card is there almost alongside. The minis, meanwhile, under fire from Brian Branson, who has to go wide there to avoid them on the hairpin. There is still virtually in grid formation, the Mini Coopers. Here come the lead battlers, and Brad Sheehan's got through. Where's he come from? Up into 2nd place. How did he get through there at the exit of the hairpin? He was in about 4th or 5th place coming through there. He's up to 2nd behind Jason West. Card is 3rd, Bradley 4th, Niall Bradley that is. And behind him is Russell Dack. Trying not to mix him up with Brian Branson in this race. And Brian Branson already, I think, has got past all the minis, showing how powerful his BMW is. So it's M3s all the way at the front, with Jason West out front ahead of Sheehan. Then we have got James Card. Behind him is Niall Bradley. And Branson, is that Branson? No, it's Dack in 5th position. I just said I hope I won't get them mixed up, and I have already. There's Brian Branson. He's in 8th place already after half a lap. There are the minis. Butcher Lord leads them. They'll have their own race pretty much a little further back. Already Rob Austin's attacking for the lead there. It's Jason West in the black M3 that leads the way. Brad Sheehan in 2nd place, just kicking up a bit of dust there on the exit of Nelson's. Card is 3rd. Then Niall Bradley 4th. 5th is Russell Dack. Next to it should be, yes, it is Brian Branson. He's got past Ronan Bradley and Kevin Denwood now. He missed the first race earlier on, has charged through from the back now. Where is Chris Walton? We'd expect to see him coming through as well. He hasn't raced at all this weekend so far. Yeah, he's missing. That's Chris Walton already, I think. Leaders coming up to complete their first lap. Jason West leads the way. Brad Sheehan trying to chase him down. And it's James Card in 3rd place. Bradley is 4th. Surely the quickest man on track at the moment must be Brian Branson in the number 26 car. He's gained 12 places on that opening lap. Now Bradley trying to close up on James Card. Swing their way through the left-hander at Palmer's up towards Agostini. Thought Brad Sheehan had put his wipers on there. The leaders have all got their headlamps on. Trying to go around the outside is Niall Bradley. I don't think he'll get through there. Attacking James Card. Brad Sheehan sideways, Niall Bradley sideways. I think there's a bit of rain falling. It's getting slippery out there. Rear wheel drive, all these BMWs. Yes, I can see rain on the camera lens there, so there's a bit of rain in the air once again. Jason West doesn't mind. He's increasing his lead over Brad Sheehan in 2nd place in the 28s. James Card in 3rd place. Now, Brian Branson hasn't caught them yet. He's still there in 6th position. There are the minis, led by Dan Butcher Lord, ahead of Rob Austin, Charlie Heatley and Neil Clark. 4 of them line astern. Leaders head into Brundle. under the bridge with the BMW M Power banner. Unbroken for these cars out on the circuit. Bradley keeping up in the top three. Niall Bradley, of course, the invitation class runner. He's eligible for points. Had a couple of wins at Brands Hatch on his home circuit. So Dak kicking up some dust there through Corham. And here comes Brian Branson trying to close them down. There's a long gap back to our next group, which is Ronan Bradley and Kevin Denwood, and then we've got the minis. Dan Butcher-Lord ahead of Rob Austin. Charlie Heatley led the early stages in the mini class in race 1. Looking for his first class win as James Card defending from Niall Bradley, who gets alongside on the run out of the hairpin. He'll have the inside line for the next corner at Palmer's, the left-hander. And he goes through up into third place. I wonder if that throttle issue is returning for the number 32 of James Card. He doesn't seem to have the speed off the turns. Going to try and fight back. There's Branson in the background, the second of the orange cars. And now Niall Bradley is starting to have a go at Brad Sheehan for second place. All this squabbling though is allowing Jason West to get away, looking for his first win in the championship this season. A series where no one driver has been able to dominate at the top. It's been Card and Bradley doing the winning so far. On their way out of the right-hander of Williams down the Bentley straight. You can see James Card just hasn't got the straight line speed he needs. Here are the minis. Oh, Dan Butcher-Lord, he was leading the mini class, he's pulled off. Now, it doesn't look like he's hit anything. I think that's a mechanical problem for the 23 car, so we're going to have a new winner for today in the BMW Mini category. So into the lead of the class goes, I think, Rob Austin, the 24. 14 minutes of this race to go. Bradley kicks up some dust as they go through Corham. He's got through into second place, past Brad Sheehan. That invitation class car is on the move. He wants his third overall win of the season. Past Brad Sheehan there as they came into Brundles. Now chasing Jason West. Gap is 1.25 seconds behind. And James Card is all over Brad Sheehan there. Sheehan moved to defend as they went into Riches. These two cars both eligible for points. Russell Dak behind them. There's Brian Branson. Bradley, not surprisingly, did the fastest lap of the race last time through, 2 minutes, 0.831. Nobody else has lapped under 2 minutes, 1 second so far. There goes Ronan Bradley. Kevin Denwood, the champion from last year. Waiting for the minis to come through. We'll see who is leading them. I suspect it's going to be Rob Austin, the number 24. There is Austin from Charlie Heatley. He's got the wipers going there briefly. Neil Clark in third. Zach Blackwell won 4 out of 4 coming into this weekend. Picked up a bit of damage in race 1. He's in 4th in class. 46 Andy Godfrey is behind him. And here's the fight for what is 3rd place. Brad Sheehan from James Card. Card family we mentioned earlier, been with this series for many, many years now, and a bit of dirt tracking there for Brad Sheehan. Here comes James Card. That could give him the advantage he needs, because Brad Sheehan will have lost momentum there, but that's a brief trip onto the dirt. Card up the outside, he's going through, and he's up into 3rd position. Sheehan down to 4th. Dak is 5th. Branson closing up little by little all the time. Last lap was nearly a second quicker than Russell Dak ahead of him. Lost Dan Butcher-Lord. Chris Walton never really got going. There is Rob Austin, chased by Neil Clark at the front of the minis. They're pulling clear of Charlie Heatley. Then we've got Andy Godfrey. He's got ahead of Zach Blackwell. Zach Blackwell's not at the races this weekend. Langley trying to go through there on the outside. Andy Godfrey, rather. Andy Langley just behind them in the 51. Rob Austin still just holds off Neil Clark. Just for the lead of the BMW Minis. To third in the Minis now is Godfrey. He's got ahead of Charlie Heatley now, who's defending from Zach Blackwell, but meanwhile it's side by side for the lead. Look at this, Niall Bradley is going for the outside, slides it through Agostini. Can he pull ahead of Jason West on the run towards Hamilton? Driving a great race here is Niall Bradley. He's side by side through Hamilton. He's going to have the inside line for Oggies. Up to the right-hander, Niall Bradley takes the lead. Excellent run through the field for the 47 from the third row of the grid. He's got a bit of damage to his rear bumper, so he's had a bit of a rub somewhere with another car perhaps. West goes down to second. Behind them, James Card in third. Then Sheehan. He's being caught by Dack and Branson, the two orange cars. It's closing up at the front of the field now. They're splitting into two groups of three, effectively. And Niall Bradley leads in the 47. There's Sheehan behind, a few lengths ahead of Dack and Branson, who are now nose to tail. And to no great surprise, Brian Branson has done the fastest lap of the race, 2 minutes, 0.504. So Branson is catching up. The only other driver to lap under 2 minutes 1 has been Niall Bradley. He's now got the lead. Russell Dack is under fire from Brian Branson, the two orange cars nose to tail. Brad Sheehan will be hoping they battle each other and he can pull back away into fourth position. There they go over the line. Towards the first corner, Brian Branson has a look on the inside of the E36 of Russell Dack, the former champion. He can't get through. Still 9.5 minutes of this race to go. And Dack runs a bit wide through the hairpin there. He holds off Brian Branson. They're chasing Brad Sheehan. And he's 6, well clear of the rest of the field. Ronan Bradley back in 7th place, is nearly 40 seconds behind Brian Branson. Shows the dominance of the Class A cars. Niall Bradley continues to lead. He's an invitation class runner. Jason West leads Class A, so he'll get maximum points in the class. Ronan Bradley in Class B, the only runner in Class B left now because Chris Walton is out. Kevin Denwood leads Class C, and in the Minis it's Rob Austin. And it looks as though Zach Blackwell may be slowing down. So his unbeaten run came to an end earlier on. Looks like he's in trouble here. Fourth place fight heads down into Brundle on the inside. Having a look is Brian Branson. He's not holding back. He wants a podium here, having failed to race earlier. Through the bomb. Still your leader is Niall Bradley in car 47. There goes the fourth place fight. 0.6 of a second is the gap at the front of the field, but a new fastest lap for Jason West. He's done a 1:59.736. In fact, both the leaders lapped in under 2 minutes. Niall Bradley just a few hundredths of a second slower, 1:59.744. A few thousandths of a second slower even. Here's the battle in the Minis. Austin and Clark, they're fighting for 10th overall, I think, no, 9th overall, sorry. There come the leaders down towards Agostini. Two groups of three at the front of the field. They're closing right up on Brad Sheehan now, and Russell Dack is ready to attack. Be mindful that Branson's behind him. Dack gets a bit sideways, coming off the corner. Brad Sheehan, a very experienced racer in a couple of BMW series. He's up there in fourth. Oh, he goes wide there though. Onto the grass goes Brad Sheehan, and through go the two orange cars. Dack up to fourth. Brian Branson makes up another place. Brad Sheehan will be cursing himself there. made a simple mistake, ran wide over the grass. So there's 6 minutes of the race to go. Niall Bradley still leads Jason West. West has now done the fastest lap of the race. Can he take an overall win for the first time this year? Well, not with James Card. Has anything to do with it. He's pressuring the 76 car. They're lapping Trevor Ford in the 25. There they go. Next target will be Nigel Williams, number 13. Less than a second covers the top 3 now. James Card is ready to try and retake the lead. Start to Jason West at the start. Still Russell Dack in 4th place, challenged by Brian Branson. Brad Sheehan behind them. Niall Bradley has not been able to pull away from Jason West. He's flashing his lights to let the back marker, Nigel Williams, know he's there. Nigel moves aside. Jason West gets through as well. James Card is behind them. Here's a change for the lead from a moment ago in the minis. Neil Clark, number 53, in the Norfolk mini car down the inside to take the lead of the class into the hairpin. Brian Branson now ahead of Russell Dack into 4th place, so he's made up another spot for number 26. Now, how far behind James Card is he? Nearly 8 seconds last time they came through. Towards the closing stages now, this second race of the weekend for the Kumho BMWs. Jason West is still right with Niall Bradley for the lead. Are we going to see a late move from the 76 for his first win of the season? James Card just giving a watching brief in 3rd place, maybe thinking about points towards a championship title this year. Any driver from any of the classes except the invitation classes can win the title, of course. Through Riches they go. They're over 8 seconds clear of Brian Branson. Here's the battle in the minis. Neil Clark now in front in the 53, would love a win on his local circuit. Andy Godfrey up there in 3rd place. Leaders into some back marker traffic here. Look out, he says to the BMW minis of Andy Langley and Charlie Heatley. 4th and 5th in the mini class, and they've met the back markers in the worst possible place here. Jason West having to go around the outside. Now cuts to the inside past Charlie Heatley. If anything, increases his advantage slightly over James Card, who's having a tough time with these back markers. Now he's through. That's opened the lead battle up a little. Clark from Austin. Andy Godfrey 3rd. Heatley and Langley are next through. Zach Blackwell has been into the pits, so there's clearly an issue with the 411 car. He has rejoined, I think. Till retirement, Chris Walton never really got going. Dan Lord we saw drop out as well. Leaders come through over the line. Niall Bradley, Jason West in the back marker traffic. Laps completed, just 6.6 of a second in it now. Jason West looking to attack. I think we'll be on the last lap now, we'll wait and see. James Card trying to keep in touch as well as they lap the mini leaders. Neil Clark, 9th overall, leads the mini class. Still Bradley, West and Card. I think it might be checkered flag this time for the Kumho BMWs. Through towards Palmer's, then Agostini for the last time. What can Jason West do? That bumper still hanging slightly loose on Niall Bradley's car. It's going to be win number 3 for the season. If it stays like this for Niall. James Card in 3rd place, but more importantly he's behind Jason West in Class A. So he won't pick up the Class win if it stays like this. Into the Bentley straight for the final time goes the number 47. For the final, what could be the final time. There's only 15 seconds left on the clock. I think it will be checkered flag this time. Tricky to judge sometimes with timed races. Up towards the bomb hole, through the drop there. See it clearly from that angle how much they dropped down. And Niall Bradley has pulled away from Jason West. He's not going to be caught here. Up towards the left at Murray's. Well, a great drive through from the 3rd row of the grid for Niall Bradley in the 47. Making up for his brick car disappointments. They come up towards the line. Looks like it is going to be a checkered flag this time. There is the checkered flag. Niall Bradley wins our 2nd Kumho BMW race of the day. West 2nd, Card 3rd. Wait to see who's going to be 4th. I think it's going to be Brian Branson. Great moves through from the back of the grid. He takes 4th place. Coming over for 5th is Russell Dack, and Neil Clark wins the minis. Meanwhile, here's Brad Shear lapping a couple of minis further back, and he will take 6th overall, but only 5th in Class A. Ronan Bradley will win Class B, the 78. He'll be in 7th place. Class C will go to Kevin Denwood. The mini class won by Neil Clark in 9th overall, his first class win in the division, number 53. Last couple of cars coming home then. There's Ronan Bradley. He'll win Class B in 7th place. There's Zach Blackwell. His unbeaten run in the minis comes to an end. 2 disappointing races for him today. Kevin Denwood almost caught Ronan Bradley towards the end of that one. They were only about 2.5 seconds apart. Provisional results then, the Kumho BMW Championship 2nd race. Niall Bradley, the winner, completing 10 laps. 2nd place for Jason West, just over a 1.5 seconds behind him. West wins Class A, ahead of James Card. Then Brian Branson from the back of the grid up to 4th. Russell Dack 5th, and Brad Sheehan has to be content with 6th. 7th for the Class B winner, Ronan Bradley. 8th, the winner of Class C, Kevin Denwood. 9th, the first of the minis, that was Neil Clark, his first win in the class. Rob Austin rounds out the top 10. More minis behind them, Andy Godfrey, Charlie Heatley and Andy Langley. 14th place went to Nigel Williams, a lap down. And 15th, it was Trevor Ford, Yonat Carrare and the disappointed Zach Blackwell completing the finishers. We lost Dan Butcher-Lord and Chris Walton. Right, we can head down to Ewan in Park Ferme, and he'll be ready to talk to some of the drivers from our 2nd and final Kumho BMW race of the weekend here at Snetterton.
Well, what a great race there in that one. Niall Bradley here. We'll speak to Jason West first, actually. We'll jump in. Jason, let you get your helmet off. Stuck behind 9 at the end there, but got the class win eventually.
Yes,
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've won the class. I'm too worried about racing Niall. God, that was brilliant. The move he made was amazing. That was like a four-corner move. Yeah, I knew it was all lost, but I was like sticking it in there. But no, I love racing with Niall. It's brilliant.
He came through the entire field from the back, but once he got to the front, he couldn't get away from it.
No, because he was showing me how to drive. So I was like, oh, that's how you do it. Oh, finally, I'd known.
How did it feel good to get the win at the end of the weekend?
Yeah, it's fantastic. Really good fun days racing, and I've got some work for G Sport to do on my car, so that will keep them happy. And yeah.
The thing that was great to see, as soon as you both got out of the car, you embraced straight away.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's club racing. It's fun. If it's not fun, why do you do it? It's not like we're getting paid. It's just a bit of fun at the weekend, and it's hilariously good fun. It's more fun to be in here than it is watching. So
Brilliant. Great to watch too. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Right, we'll try and get Niall behind us. Hopefully this win is going to stick for Niall. And a couple of situations today, especially in the Brit car when it was penalised by 2 minutes. So let's try and jump in and grab him. Niall, well done.
Man, how you doing?
How
You
goes
alright? Yeah, good man, love that.
Massive smile on your face. Coming through the field like that must just feel sensational.
Yeah, it was really, really, really good. And like, none of these blokes make it easy. I don't care what it looks like from the outside. Great bunch of drivers. And I was just saying to that gentleman, like every time you come out of a corner and you think, oh, that'll do, I've done enough there, and they keep at you and keep at you and keep at you. But no, I loved it.
Jason was just saying you were teaching him how to drive out there. Is that true?
No, I wouldn't go that far. But yeah, no, Jason kept me honest the whole way. I could not seem to shake him off. There was a bit of a gap, and people might think it was a gap, but not really. When you're inside that helmet, it's like every time you can see him, it's like, go away.
Quick rest before Brit car.
No brick car, no more. That's me done today.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
fine,
yeah,
don't worry.
I need to go to sleep.
We'll look forward to seeing you at the next racetrack you're at.
Yeah, thank you, boys. Cheers.
Cheers, Niall. Right, I'd love to speak to our mini winner, who was Neil Clark. Got second place earlier on today. Topped that with a win, car number 53. Where basically it should really be there, but he's not. There's his car here, and he's moved away, Neil. I know we've got a couple of more races coming up. We've got the Brit Car Trophy, which Niall's not going to be in, that's a surprise, and the second round of the Hyundai Coupe Cup coming up later on this afternoon. Here is Kevin Denwood, our Class C winner. That was a fairly good time, wasn't it? Kevin, I'll let you get your helmet off. Did you hear that? He went, woof, woof indeed. Fantastic racing out there, buddy. I'll let you get your helmet off. But great to watch, great to be involved in, I'm absolutely certain.
Oh, amazing. It's a shame. Yeah, the instant in race one with me and Jazz, and unfortunately couldn't get out. Yeah. It was my fault. I missed the gear in here up the backside. Purely my fault. I think I said sorry. It's a shame. But so I was just chasing my lap record then. We done a few tweaks. Well, we didn't. Mr. Voice did.
What were the tweaks?
Can't say that. He'd kill me if I said that. Can't tell you that, I'm afraid. Done a couple little tweaks on it, and it just went another second nearly quicker. Absolutely amazing. The geezer is an absolute legend, what he can do with a car. So it was just a shame the Jazz weren't out there. We could have had a good battle.
Great way to end your weekend with the class win.
Yeah, that's 2 wins today. All right, the first one was a bit on the sore side, but I'll take them. Got to take them. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Great to watch. Well done.
Thank you.